What's happening this week in Warcraft? Hey, it's Soul, and you can help support the channel by liking this video, subscribing for more WoW coverage, and catching me live when I'm streaming. If you're watching this soon enough, Twitch drops will end soon, so be sure to check Twitch TV/inventory to check if you've got your appearance, otherwise pop onto a stream for a few hours ASAP. While we're at it, a sort of hotfix added a cool gearing reward thanks to Plunderstorm. If you've earned 5,000 plunder since this second round of Plunderstorm, you'll receive an item in the mail with special coins inside. You can use these coins over in Valdrakken or Dornogal to buy a loot box containing a piece of hero class gear from the raid. Very important to point out, the coins and loot box you find, they're warbound tradable, but there's a twist. This item will appear in the mailbox of the first character you logged into after this hotfix went through. Reportedly in the US, that was January 31st at 10 AM Pacific. When I looked myself, I got the mail, but I didn't see the notifications in the usual places. So if you can't find your gear and you regularly switch between a lot of vaults, you might have a little bit of sifting to do, but once it is found, you can trade it to the character if you're choosing. It feels like the planets have lined up, because this week is absolutely stacked with holiday events and good farming opportunities, so let's get through them fast. Love is in the Air begins today, a few hours after this recording goes live, featuring a festival of friendship and pink stuff just outside your faction capital city. Here's what's new this year. Love tokens are now warbound, meaning you can take the spattering of love tokens earned across alts to buy some of the bigger ticket items, unlike the Coin of Ancestry. As for the items themselves, there's some new stuff like the Living Rose Pet and Heartfelt Shoulder Ensemble. What's cool is that these are pretty cheap, it's only like 40 tokens for the pet or the ensemble. Also new is this broomstick mount. It's a holiday skin of the Silver Moon broom featured on the trading post right now. According to Wowhead, this is a drop off the Coolable Dungeon event. I wouldn't be surprised if this is subject to, that warband system of having the first attempt on the account basically be our only shot. Which sounds cruel, I know, but in fairness, switching between dozens and dozens of alts per day, that's a different sort of cruel. Here's where I remind you too, the Lunar Festival mount is a straight currency purchase. Like, don't we just love variety? And since we're on the Lunar Festival, it goes on for another week. Added this year is the snazzy rocket mount I showed you before, and it requires 75 coins of ancestry. If you're interested, here's a tip to consider. Now isn't so bad of a time to consider making an earthen character, who gets lots of experience from just exploring new areas, and coin farming is a neat way to double up. So here's what you do. You make your earthen and then head straight to Moonglade. There's a quest you can pick up from this NPC to visit a number of moonwells across Kalimdor and a quick stop at the Eastern Kingdoms. Complete the quest while farming up all the coins, and I'll provide a link to a Handy Notes add-on that'll show you where they all are. You'll get more than enough coins for the mount and then some, and plenty of experience for your new earthen. The Darkmoon Fair is also happening this week. Those of you interested in professions definitely want to squeeze out every point possible to take advantage of the one-time respec coming in for the next season. The XP bonus is also useful. In fact, if you're going to do that earthen coin farming scheme, drop by the fair for some bonus experience. The trading post is in town, and over in Dornogal, special outlet NPCs are featuring a bunch of returning items like the monthly rewards. You'll also find some popular picks, items that we haven't seen in quite some time, and a few items that in their initial debut were very, very expensive on the tender side. So on top of being posted, all these items are on discount with savings up to 75% off the original tender cost. This next one is for like the 5 of you who held on to their tender this entire time. Hey, grats, your patience paid off. People who have saved about 18,500 tender over the past 2 years can buy up the entire outlet catalog and will have saved over 13,000 tender. That's like a year's worth of tender. Now, we don't have any other information, like how often will the outlet show up. I mean, they're considering it an anniversary event, so hey, that's a clue. But if it's only every year, it doesn't feel like enough to offset how infrequently items return to the trading post. That's one of the bigger complaints out there. I doubt it's going to return every month, but hey, a quarterly return of the outlet would probably help a lot to rotate in items we haven't seen in like a year. Turbulent Timeways enters its 5th week, meaning folks who've been on top of it will earn the timely Busby mount. There are a few weeks left if you lapsed a week or two, and a worst case scenario, you'll probably be able to buy it for 5,000 or so Time Warp badges later on. Meanwhile this week, it's the Burning Crusade Time Walking with the Black Temple raid. Hook up your main or alt with some easy hero gear from the dungeon and raid quest. Use the Darkmoon faire buff for some extra XP, and hey, maybe use this to top off that earthen you might have started. Like, you'd almost think earthen are paying me to plug them throughout this video. The dungeon event also happens this week if you haven't been getting enough gear. 4 heroic dungeons for a piece of gear, hey, that ain't too much to ask for. And honor is just as accessible. Comp Stomp is the brawl this week for you to set up an alt and unlock appearances. And over in Mythic Plus World, it's a Tyrannical Fortified week, and the Xal'atath affix is Oblivion, so we're back to picking up them balls that race towards mobs in order to get a buff. There's also a hidden affix in play this week. It's called the Great Push, where all of a sudden people call on the most insane strats, fully confident their team can pull it off because, hey, it's only a 10, it should be easy. That about covers it, with lots of different activities to choose from, or hey, do them all if you got the spare time. Additional raid testing is going to happen Wednesday early afternoon, which means there's a high possibility of another 11.1 PTR build on Tuesday or Wednesday morning at the absolute latest. I've been doing the rounds, soaking in the Undermine experience, and you can expect a guide soon to take you through, life in the first stage of Season 2. And that's it. Please like the video, subscribe for more WoW coverage, catch me live, and I'll catch you later. Let's have Bob close us out with our favorite anthem. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.
Hey look, it's a new month, come and join me. We're gonna do collecties. Cause tender is my breakfast, tender's what I breathe. Tender is the loot I collect from the corpses. Tender's running through my veins, tender's both my pleasure and pain. It's like coffee, tender's in my cup. Suddenly it's not cause I bought things. Check me on my badass broomstick mount. Got my tender than your mama can count on.